What's up, Warriors? This is Sifu Gus. Welcome to Are You Safe? Today we're going to be talking about safety zones, things that keep you safe. So one of the things I want you to understand is a lack of boundaries invite a lack of respect. So we're going to be talking about that a lot today. We're going to keep this short and sweet. The goal for me is to give you information that's digestible that you can then go use when you're done with this video. So let's dig in. So when we're talking about safety zones, I'm going to use something that's really simple. There's a lot of different methods in which you can do this, but what we're going to be talking about is like the stoplight, right? We're going to talk about the colors of red, yellow, and green. And then what it'll do is it'll give you a measure of how far you allow either a person or an assailant or someone who's just creepy to get close to you. So, and what happens if they're close to you, and what do you do at that point in time? So the first color is green. Green is a distance where they can't touch you, you can't touch them. If you had to run out of a building or something like that, you can. You need to know when a person's in a green zone. That's really, really, really important because it tells you what you're going to need to do at that moment. And doing nothing, you can get away with that in the green zone. So think about it. The green zone is the first zone we're talking about. Okay, now we're going to talk about the yellow zone. The yellow zone is they've gotten close enough, and if they launch at you, they can touch you or grab you or do whatever they're going to do. So you need to start preparing your plan. You need to notice them first, that they're really close. They can't, if they extend their arm, they can't touch you, but they're close enough that if they launch their bodies at you, that they can then get into your personal space. So that's the yellow zone. Notice that. Okay, now we're going to talk about the red zone. Okay, the red zone is the danger zone. If someone that you feel uncomfortable with has gotten that close, something needs to take place. Either you need to move them or you need to move yourself. But what you cannot do is shy away. And that's really important to understand that. So we're talking about the red zone. He did that on purpose. That's okay. All right, there's a car that just went by. Don't worry about that. He saw us filming. It's all good. So remember the red zone. The red zone is a very important zone, and that's your danger zone. So that's when a person's gotten too close. If you need to put your hands up, whatever you need to do, we're going to actually do other videos on how to put your hand up, how to create a fence, and different things like that. But remember, we talked about green, yellow, and the red zones. Those are very important to your safety and your self-protection. Okay, so we're going to talk about zones here, and I want you to kind of get a visual. This will help you. Now, understand this when I say this, that your zone will be based on your gut feeling. And always read your gut. Always read your gut, because your gut is probably more right than wrong. So we're going to talk about this. All right, so we're going to invite the LASOV. You know the LASOV, Luis here. He's in most of my videos. So I'm going to have him stay over there, okay? And so this is about the green zone. Stand in front of it. This is about the green zone. The only thing he can really do to me at this point is maybe throw a projectile, and that's about it, you know? But what I want to do is I want to pay attention to him. So as Luis walked to this line here, now this is about the cautious zone. Now I really have to pay attention to him. I have to pay attention to what his plans are. I may not know them, but his distance and what I may have to do next. But then he walks to the line here, and that's the red zone. So at the red zone, I have to do a couple of things. Either I have to move him back, right? Or I have to move myself. Right? It's really important. What you don't do, remember earlier I talked about shying away. What you don't do is you don't do this. That's the worst thing you can do. Because now you can't see him, you don't know what's going to happen. So it really is important. So now, Luis, why don't you stand there and I'll stand over here. So let's do another angle on that. So that's the green zone, right? And he walks here, and then that's the yellow zone. Matter of fact, you can come up a little further. That's the yellow zone as well. But once he gets here, this is the red zone. Something has to take place here, and you're accountable for it, so remember that, okay? If you need to move, move. If you need to move them, you move them. It's all good, all right? So think about that as you're talking about zones. When you walk around today, look at zones. Know when a person's in the green, know when a person's in the red, know when a person's in the yellow, okay? All right, so I want to show you something when a person gets in the red zone, how hard this is to defend yourself, and that requires specific instructing. You can come to the village if you want, but find specific combative instruction. It really is important to understand that. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a quick example of how hard it is to defend when someone gets into the red zone. So I'm going to have you turn facing me, okay? All I want you to do is block the punch, right? Ready? On 3. I'm going to count 3. 1, 2, 3. See? He can't do it. That's how fast it happens when someone is in the red zone, okay? And Luis is a trained martial artist. So remember, read your gut. You may look up and they may be in the yellow zone already. And you may not know that there's something wrong, but your gut will tell you that there's something wrong. So remember to pay attention to that. Really, really important. We want to keep everyone safe. Also, do me a favor, like and subscribe and share this content with friends. Attacks are random, and you never know who or what. Someone like myself could get attacked. The only difference is I've made a game plan. I practiced a game plan, and your homework is to practice this game plan. You can sit at Starbucks or a coffee place or the library or at work and know and play with the zones inside your head. Remember, there's greatness in you, and all you have to do is train it. See you next time. The chancla!